At the new tech press conference, my CEO wife's precious first love actually beats me to the punch and rushes the stage. He stands right up there presenting the core technology I spent 7 grueling years developing, all by myself, smoothly claiming all those breakthroughs, the exact ones I pulled countless all-nighters and ran endless experiments for. He claims it all. Shocked and absolutely furious, I jump right up to protest. But my wife, the woman who supposedly loved me, she does not defend me at all. Instead, she just coldly demands that I show proof. Her precious guy plays the victim perfectly. He looks so hurt, scolding KBT for acting this way despite being a company veteran. He actually tells me to have some shame, asking if I really plan to steal a rookie's core tech. Right at this moment, I realize every single file on my computer is completely wiped clean. After that, my own wife docks my entire year-end bonus. I get suspended and turned into an absolute joke, while her favorite guy stands up there, on stage. He soaks in the flowers, the applause, and the glory that absolutely belongs to me. She emotionally announces that with this core tech, the company is hitting a brand new peak. Everyone claps like crazy. I just sit there, just smiling coldly. They have absolutely no idea. This system requires my direct, regular maintenance. Without it, best case scenario, the whole thing paralyzes. Worst case, it causes massive unfixable damage. Right after the press conference, I hear 2 employees whispering nearby. They say the new tech assistant the CEO hired is a total genius for doubling production. Yeah, right. They claim he actually has skills, unlike some loudmouths who just steal ideas. I just glance over in their direction. One of them glares and yells out, "What are you looking at? I am talking about you." I just smirk a little. No arguing. Not a single word. Because they don't know this tech hits the production lines in 3 days. And if I am not doing the maintenance, everything paralyzes completely. I'm pretty curious how their precious little genius assistant is gonna handle that mess. I grab my jacket to leave, but bump right into my wife, NHYN, and that highly paid new technical advisor she just dropped a massive fortune to hire. Thank H. Just half an hour ago, these two were working flawlessly together on that stage, putting on a perfect act to steal my 7 years of hard work. Before I can even speak, Thank H fakes, feeling super guilty. He grabs my hand saying he is so sorry. He didn't mean to announce my exclusive tech early, but NHYN gave the order, so he had to obey, asking if I blame him. His mouth is apologizing, but his eyes are totally mocking me. He even raises an eyebrow, basically saying, "I stole your tech. What are you gonna do about it?" Seeing me stay silent, NHYN drops her act completely. She coldly admits it was all her decision. She even wiped my computer data herself. And me? Honestly, I couldn't even believe it. I stare at her, shocked. She isn't even hiding it. She just says, "KBT, do not blame me," saying, I only bury my head in the tech, while Thang H actually understands strategy. In his hands, she claims, this technology is going to take the company way further, acting like it is all for the business. I ask coldly, "Aren't you afraid I will sue?" NHYN is totally prepared for that. She just smirks. Sue her? She already checked with a lawyer. Since the very beginning, the company provided the space and materials for the research. They legally own the copyright. She says she has the final say. Hearing that, my heart turns to ice. 7 years ago, when I first started this project, NHYN so generously offered the workspace and resources for free. I genuinely thought she was doing it out of love. Turns out, she was targeting my tech from day one. Choking up, I asked, "So our whole relationship was just about stealing my work, right?" NHYN pauses for a second, then calmly says that isn't entirely true. She calls me super hardworking, doing the job of 3 men, coming home and handling all the chores, making me the perfect marriage material. It sounds like praise, but there is absolutely zero emotion behind it. 7 years together, just to be used. NHYN looks at me with a flash of real pity, but she tells me not to worry. She isn't ungrateful. She and Thang H already talked it over. He will just take the title of project lead. I am still supposed to run the actual project. She even offers to bump my salary to $8,000 a month. I'm completely stunned, stealing my work and treating me like a tool. Thang H suddenly pulls NHYN aside, looking pretty annoyed. Since the tech is already done, he whispers, "I have 0 value left. Why not just fire me right now?" He asks if she still has feelings for me. NHYN just laughs. What is he thinking? KBT is a company veteran, Firing me means massive severance pay. Better to keep me on a cheap salary, just in case. Thang Nh smiles at that, totally satisfied, praising her for being so thoughtful. Now watch this betrayal. They discuss my fate right in front of me, like I don't even exist. My whole body goes freezing cold. What did I ever do to deserve this? Finally, my voice completely hoarse, I tell them to keep the money. I am out. Nhyn lights right up, asking if I really mean it. Before I can even say another word, she is scrambling for a pen and paper. She shoves the paper at me. Write your resignation fast, and I will sign it right now. She rushes out, looking panicked that I might actually change my mind. My mind is set. I give a slight smirk and finish the form. The second I write the last letter, Ru-Nu-Yen snatches it away. She signs her name right on it. Then she smugly hands the signed paper back to me, saying this was my choice to quit. So this means zero compensation pay for you. Someone will be by shortly to take over all of your old tasks. Looking at her face right now leaves this bitter taste in my mouth. Back in the day, she literally begged on her knees. She pleaded, Kai but dat, you have the skills. My new startup desperately needs someone like you. Please just help me out. To help her, I gave up $1 million salary at a foreign tech firm. I spent day and night drinking with clients to secure funding. I got so wasted, I almost passed out for good. When her poor management lost $5 million, completely drained my entire savings. I even sold my house to cover that massive hole. When she complained about low productivity, I worked non-stop without sleeping. For 7 whole years, I researched to invent a completely unique core technology. But now that she has it, she tosses me away like trash. Right then, Wai Theng Than quietly reminds Lu-Nu-Yen that I still hold 18% of the company shares. His eyes are totally full of pure greed. Lu-Nu-Yen reacts instantly. She looks at me coldly and says, right. Since you were quitting your job anyway, why not just transfer all those shares over to Wai Theng Than? Hearing that, Wai Theng Than looks absolutely thrilled as Lu-Nu-Yen thinks for a second. She casually continues, but do not say we are robbing you. I will pay you 100,000 yuan to buy back every single one of those shares. 100,000 yuan. I raise an eyebrow, feeling incredibly confused. Over the past few years, Lu-Nu-Yen's company grew massive entirely because of my hard work. The market value has crossed 100 million yuan. The shares in my hands are worth at least 8 million yuan. And yet here, she is right now. She is only paying 100,000 to buy them. Wai Theng Than laughs coldly, looking right at me. Kai but dat, do not think that is too little. 100,000 yuan is enough for you to live comfortably in this city for a while. Besides, do you really think you can negotiate any terms right now? You hear that? That last sentence is a straight-up threat. Just looking at their completely awful, greedy faces, I seriously cannot hold back my absolute disgust for them any longer. Even if it is just a tiny fraction of shares, I do not care at all. I will give it to you. Wai Theng Than cannot contain his excitement. He frantically snatches the share transfer contract. Kai but dat, you said this yourself. You cannot change your mind now. The moment he finishes speaking, he rushes off. He immediately finds someone to prepare the official transfer documents. Lu-Nu-Yen frowns in total confusion. She looks at me. Kai but dat, 100,000 yuan. It is not a huge amount, but not small either. You really should not throw away money just because you are mad. Without hesitating, I grab the pen and sign my name right onto the share transfer contract. Wai Theng then instantly snatches the document away, his face lighting up with an absolutely indescribable amount of joy. He tells me, Kai but dat, you are seriously way too generous, handing over both the tech and the shares. I really do not know how to thank you. Lu-Nu-Yen shakes her head in sheer disappointment. Kai but dat, it is exactly because you are so idealistic that we drifted apart. When will you finally grow up? I just look at them, a cold smile, totally silent. They have no idea I am not being generous at all, and I am definitely not being idealistic here. The truth is, their company will go bankrupt very soon because the new tech has no one to maintain it. To me, those shares are nothing but useless blank paper. I finally lift my head up. I stare right at Lu-Nu-Yen with freezing cold eyes. Let's get a divorce. Hearing the sudden news, she freezes up. Lu-Nu-Yen does not react right away, but her expression looks pretty complicated. Almost instantly, I realize exactly what she is thinking. I let out a soft laugh. Do not worry, I do not want a single penny from you. I am walking away empty-handed. Lu-Nu-Yen's eyes flicker. She takes a deep breath. She speaks softly, honestly. I think you are a good person. We are just not meant to be. Even though we cannot be husband and wife anymore, could we? Could we still be friends? I pack up all my documents. I reply coldly sorry, but I have zero interest in being friends with someone who treats me like a servant. The smile on Lu Nu-yen's face instantly stiffens up. Kai ba dat. You better watch how you speak. Wai Thang Than steps up right behind her, pointing his finger. He points at me and snaps, right now, you are just a poor, pathetic loser. Meanwhile, Nu-yen and I hold the ultimate core technology right in our hands. Very soon, we are going to become the absolute industry leaders. When that happens, just one word from us could completely destroy your entire career in this field. But here is the funny part. I look at them and just see pure fantasy. They completely fail to realize they are about to face a massive, company-crushing mountain of debt. I honestly cannot hold back. I give them a sarcastic thumbs up. Alright then, I will be waiting for you to destroy me. With that, I turn and leave. I walk out of Lu Nu-yen's company. The sun is shining beautifully outside, a totally peaceful slice of everyday life. For the past 7 years, I basically spent every single day locked in a windowless basement lab. Honestly, I had completely forgotten how long it had been since I last saw the actual bright sun. Taking a few deep breaths of fresh air, my whole body feels lighter and more relaxed than ever before. I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. I shoot a quick text to my old college buddy Lao Lai. Did you not always want to start a company with me? Well, I am finally in. Less than 2 seconds later, my phone starts ringing. Awesome. You finally thought it through. But wait, how are you going to explain all of this to your wife? I just smile. No need to explain anything. I am already divorced. The other end of the line goes completely dead silent for a long moment, before finally exploding into a shocked scream from my friend. What? You two are the absolute model couple in our whole circle. Why would you get a divorce? I just let out a sigh. It is a long story. Let's talk next time. Just then, a worker in a 4S uniform steps up to the company doors and shouts, "Excuse me, where is Liu Nhyun's husband?" I answer without even thinking that is me. Instantly, regret hits hard because I completely forgot we are about to get divorced. But the worker is already walking my way with this super professional smile. "Hello sir," he says. "Your wife Liu Nhyun just ordered a brand new car for you. Please sign right here." I glance out at the street. Sure enough, sitting not too far away is a totally sleek Porsche. Brand new, and absolutely gorgeous. That thing has to be worth at least a few million yuan. I'm pretty stunned since I just fought with Liu Nhyun. Why would she suddenly gift me a whole car out of nowhere? Even though I am still kind of suspicious, I go ahead and sign that receipt. But the second the worker takes the paper back, his smile completely drops. "Excuse me, boss," he says, "the actual person supposed to receive the car that Liu Nhyun ordered is Thang Nh, absolutely not KBT." Hearing that name, everybody standing around immediately turns to look at me with such weird expressions. Someone mutters about how it all makes sense now. They thought it was true love, but it is just a joke. Another person laughs out. Haha, KBT is totally shameless. Not only did he try to steal his assistant's tech, now he is trying to snatch someone else's ride too. Listening to all these insults, I honestly do not even feel mad. I already quit this job anyway. They can say whatever they want to say. Plus, once Liu Nhyun sees her company go completely bankrupt, all these people are going to lose their jobs together. That is the exact price for their constant mocking. I turn around, fully ready to leave, but the worker coldly blocks my path. "Sir, I am going to need a reasonable explanation from you, or else we will have to take legal action." Right at that exact moment, Thang Nh and Liu Nhyun step out of the building, holding hands. Seeing me there, Thang Nh instantly fakes this super warm attitude and steps up to play the hero. "Oh wow, what is going on here today? This guy is my friend." The worker just glares and says, "Boss, this man named KBT is trying to fake his identity to steal your car." Oh, Thang Nh acts super shocked and slaps his thigh. "KBT, I know you feel pretty upset seeing me drive around in a luxury ride, but you cannot just steal somebody else's car like that." Liu Nhyun chimes in too, giving this cold little smirk. "Before you try claiming anyone else's vehicle, maybe you should take a good look at yourself and see if you actually deserve it." I immediately figure it out. This whole thing is a setup by Liu Nhyun. She did this on purpose just to humiliate me and get some pride back. Thang Nh puts on his fake surprised face. He turns and asks her, "Wait, you bought this car for me?" Liu Nhyun smiles, incredibly sweet. "Yes, you have been working so hard lately. so I am rewarding you with a ride. Oh man, I am seriously so moved by this. Thank you, NHYN. Thang Thanh gently pulls her into a warm hug. They purposely show off their super sweet affection right in front of my face, drawing all these admiring looks from the big crowd standing nearby. Everyone around them starts praising the couple. What an admirable pair. So incredibly sweet. Then they point right at that guy. KBT. Look at him. He is definitely getting completely played right now. Hearing all these sneers, my heart does not waver even a little bit. Actually, quite the opposite. I just want to laugh. A totally useless guy and a dog. What is there for anyone to actually be jealous of? But it seems my calm reaction is way too peaceful. Not what Liu Nhyn expected at all. She gets furious, grinding her teeth. Thanks to him, over all these years, our company finally developed that new tech. Now watch how she gloats here. We just launched it, production doubled, and tons of rival companies have already reached out to collaborate. The first investment round alone hit 30 million yuan. The cash I used to buy Thang Thanh, this car came straight from that. Thang Thanh does not miss his chance to show off. That is right. Thanks to him installing all the core programs, I basically just have to press a single button and the company pulls in 30 million yuan. We literally do nothing and get paid. I do not rush to react. I just calmly smile at them. You guys go ahead and enjoy this. But pretty soon, you are not going to be able to smile at all. The very next day, I am standing outside the Justice Department, holding my freshly printed divorce certificate right in my hands. I honestly feel so incredibly relaxed and free. Liu Nhyn is following right behind me though. She looks pretty annoyed, biting her lower lip before finally speaking up. KBT, we are officially divorced now. Do you seriously have nothing to say to me? Back in the day, whenever I saw Liu Nhyn, always had so many things to tell her, but later on, every time I tried finding her, she would just coldly scold me. Why are you always so clingy? Even though we are married, we still need our own personal space. Yet now, when I finally stop talking completely, she gets upset about it. I give a pretty cold laugh and reply, well then, I wish Miss Liu a brilliant career, and I wish you and Thang Nh 100 years of happiness. I say this blessing from the bottom of my heart, but Liu Nhyn just gets furious, her face shifting. KBT, what does that mean? Turning right toward Thang Nh, she smirks and keeps talking. Do you even know why I left you? It is exactly because all these years, you have constantly been dreaming way too idealistically. This real world is harsh and practical. From the very start, I told you once the tech is developed, we just sell the usage rights. We collect the FEs and make money while sleeping. But you refused. You said this tech was your lifeblood. And get this, absolute madness. Your spiritual child, something you could never, ever sell. But do you have any idea what just happened? In just one single night, I have already received 10 partnership offers from massive companies. They are begging me to sell them the full usage rights. Just overnight, the company has pulled in literally hundreds of millions. She tilts her head up, looking completely smug and arrogant. Acting like this was the most brilliant decision ever made. Meanwhile, standing nearby, I just smile coldly to myself. Money is great and all, but you actually need a future to enjoy it. Lu Nuyen turns totally pale, gritting out what on earth do I mean. Right then, Wai Thang Than rolls up in a brand new Porsche. He steps right out of the car, pulls her into his arms, and tells her not to overthink it. According to him, I am just some lazy loser stabbing them in the back. After all, they made absolute bank off the very technology I built. Wai Thang Than shoots me this incredibly smug look. Kai ba dat, he says, it must sting pretty bad knowing that all your hard work is just a nice little gift for somebody else. Now, Lu Nuyen takes a deep breath. She gives a faint smile. Thank goodness we are divorced, she says, because she finally found a much better option. Those words work like absolute magic on Wai Thang Than. Out of nowhere, the guy pulls a ring straight from his pocket and drops down on one knee. He tells Nuyen that he missed her past, but he is going to claim every bit of her happy future. He loves her, please marry him. I catch her secretly glancing my way. I stay completely stone-faced, cool as ice. She is clearly furious, gritting her teeth before spitting out fine, I agree. Oblivious to the tension, Wai Thang Than happily slides the ring onto her finger. Then he casually shoves his phone in my direction. Kai ba dat, since you are here, film this for us, he says. Be the witness to our true love. You can smell the provocation a mile away. but I say nothing, just brushing past them with pure indifference. From this moment on, Lu Nu Yen, Wai Thang Than, and I are nothing but strangers. A day later, I sit down with my senior colleague, locking in all the details for my new company. Vien Vong Company officially launches. That exact same day, those two start flooding their social feeds with super happy couples photos, totally showing off. In the pictures, she is wearing this pure white wedding dress, leaning into him with a massive, multi-million-dollar luxury villa right in the background. They are exchanging these sweet, dreamy looks about their perfect future. Naturally, everyone jumps into the comments to congratulate them. But I know the truth. Their future is nothing but a total mess waiting to happen. While I secure the first investment for my startup, she posts a picture hanging out with some serious industry heavyweights. In just a single 24 hours, she sells dozens of licenses for my core tech, raking in literally billions. Just like that, Lu Nu Yen and Wai Thang Than become the absolute talk of the town, celebrated as the brightest rising stars in the entire tech industry. Later that night, she actually texts me. She is lounging in that fancy villa pool, completely free and just enjoying her lavish life. She claims, I only know tech and lack business sense, wondering how many lifetimes until I can afford a place like hers. I just smile to myself and get right back to tweaking my perfected technologies for mass production. The moment my new company pulls in its first real profit, her smug little messages completely dry up. Why? Well, here's the plot twist we have been waiting for. Huge news drops online. Their fancy new tech line encounters a massive glitch, crashing their whole system. Right. While I am signing a major contract, my assistant suddenly bursts in and whispers that someone is looking for me. I glance at my client, my expression going a bit serious, and ask them to hold on. The woman sitting across from me is Tiu Van Tuyet, the legendary queen of business. I prepped for ages for this meeting, so absolute perfection is required. But less than a second later, total chaos erupts right outside the door. Kai Badat, get out here. I demand to see him. Tiu Van Tuyet looks at me, her eyes deep and mysterious, a tiny smile playing on her lips. She notes that I seem quite busy today. Catching her drift, I feel pretty embarrassed and quickly apologize. CEO Tiu, please give me 5 minutes to handle this. Right on cue, the conference room doors fly open. I look up to see Lu Nu Yen and Wai Thang Than glaring daggers at me. They point straight at my face, demanding to know what is wrong with my absolute garbage technology. Why did it bring their whole production line down? Do I have any idea how much cash they are losing? Wai Thang Than is shaking with rage, looking exactly like a cornered animal. Honestly, watching them totally lose it, I just smirk and ask, excuse me, who exactly are you two? They completely freeze up, absolutely stunned. Then she snaps, asking if I am pretending, since we just got divorced last week. I drawl out my words. Oh, so you do know. We are officially split up. In that case, your production line crashing has absolutely zero to do with me anymore. They just stand there completely frozen, faces bright red, completely speechless. Behind me, Tiu Van Tuyet finally loses her composure and lets out a laugh. Only then do they realize who else is in the room, but they still stubbornly refuse to drop it. Wai Thang Than grits his teeth. Sure, we are divorced, but you made this tech. You have to fix it. Shirking your duties? Are you not even a man anymore? Liu Nhyun stares right at me with those hopeful eyes, absolutely convinced I still have the responsibility to handle the future maintenance work. Otherwise, the company will definitely sue me. I just stand there, keeping a perfectly surprised look. I look at them and ask, since when did we develop this tech? Do you guys have any actual proof? Right then, they just freeze up, completely unable. To say a word. Now watch this flip. I don't rush. Just slowly pull out my phone, opening up a video of Thang Thanh standing right on the stage, proudly claiming this entire technology as his own personal achievement. He is soaking up all the praise from everyone in the crowd, just like everyone saw. The guy claiming this tech is Thang Thanh, not me. The person actually profiting from this whole thing is also you guys. Now, you suddenly claim I am the one who developed it. Isn't that pretty ridiculous? Liu Nhyun still refuses to back down, insisting I was still part of the development. She claims that if there's a problem now, I have to take the maintenance responsibility. Thang Thanh clings to that last little bit of hope, agreeing loudly. He says I have an obligation, otherwise the company will definitely sue me. I sigh, pulling my official resignation certificate out of my pocket and slapping it right in front of them. I raise an eyebrow, asking about my supposed responsibility. Did you guys somehow forget that I already quit? I am literally not an employee of your company anymore. Right at the moment she sees that resignation paper, Liu Nhy's face instantly goes from pale to absolutely ghastly. Thang Nh also seems To suddenly realize something, stumbling back a few heavy steps in sheer panic. In a flash, Liu Nhy's whole expression shifts completely. She desperately rushes over, snatching the resignation certificate right out of my hands, tearing it into tiny little pieces. Since when did I ever agree? To let you quit? KBT, stop joking around and come fix the production line glitch with me. Honestly, totally saw this move coming. I just smile, pulling out my phone and waving it right in front of her. I already took a picture of that certificate. Do you want me to print a few more copies? Keep tearing them. Liu Nhy's face turns entirely green. She is just about to say something, but right then her phone starts ringing non-stop. Even without the speakerphone turned on, I can still clearly hear the incredibly brutal, furious screaming coming from the other end. Thang Nh isn't doing any better. Ever since Liu Nhyn and I started talking, his phone has also been blowing up constantly. It's just endless angry calls from all their investors, furiously demanding answers about the major glitch and the completely broken production line. General manager, you need To get back here now. They have surrounded the whole company. If they don't see you, they'll tear the place apart. The desperate crying of Liu Nhy's assistant echoes from the other side, sounding absolutely miserable. With no other choice, Liu Nhyn and Thang Nh have to temporarily leave me alone. They rush back to put out the massive fire with the investors. Before leaving, Liu Nhy'n shoots me this incredibly complicated look, like she wants to say something, but she finally holds back. The meeting room drops into complete silence as I head back to my seat. I don't feel a single ounce of victory. I really just want this whole mess over with as fast as possible. But then, wait for it, a sudden clapping sound echoes right beside me. Absolutely brilliant. Tiuvn Toot beams at me with this bright smile. I laugh back. I've just let CEO Tiu see a joke. Tiuvn Toot gives a deeply satisfied smile, her eyes lighting up as she playfully winks at me. It is nothing. I really should be the one thanking you. Thanks to you, I got to watch such an incredibly entertaining show. She looks at me with those sharp, piercing eyes, asking what exactly happened between me and them before. I go ahead and explain the entire situation to her, from start to finish. Tiuvn Toot's face suddenly turns freezing cold, her whole expression shifting incredibly fast. My goodness, that is just outrageous. Running a business and dealing with people like that is an absolute disaster. They really are the biggest cancer of this whole industry. Director K actually know a very good lawyer. Tiuvn Toot says this with absolute certainty. She is the kind of person who genuinely dares to love and hate openly, which is exactly why she is so successful today. I thank her, and we just keep chatting away, having a great time, quickly locking down all our collaboration details. But when it finally comes time for the money transfer, I suddenly notice my account has an extra 20 million yuan in it. I stare at Tiuvn Toot in pure shock, but she just smiles so gently, saying she really likes my style, so that is a little bonus. After saying that, totally ignoring my completely stunned expression, she just gracefully walks away, stepping with absolute confidence. In her high heels. I just stand there, feeling a bit deep in thought. Even though I have only known her for a few short hours, she has already done such great things for me. Meanwhile, the person who stayed by my side for 7 whole years is exactly the one who stabbed me, right in the back. I let out a sigh, feeling so conflicted. This world really is completely unpredictable. With this solid funding, everything moving forward is going to be so much smoother. My senior calls me up, laughing, saying I am seriously impressive. Keeping a hidden card against Liu Nhy'n like that. It seems like they really should be thanking my bosses, but he warns me to stay careful. I laugh, joking back, what are you thinking? This mess has nothing to do with me anymore. Then I sigh, explaining more. It is weird. This technology was actually still in the final polishing phase, needing regular maintenance. If they hadn't sold it off to the investors and just kept it internally, the production line would have lasted a bit longer, but sheer greed drove them straight to ruin. My senior pats his chest, totally confident. With his incredible technology, combined with my sharp business mind, I guarantee we won't make a stupid mistake like that again. And pretty soon I'm definitely going to help you achieve total financial freedom. I honestly thought everything would progress smoothly from here on out, and that this whole ugly dispute with Liu Nhyn, I thought it was over, but walking up to my house, two figures are standing right at my door, completely bundled up. Only their eyes and mouths are showing. I almost pull out my phone to call the cops, thinking they are burglars, but then they look up. They rush over to block my path. That familiar voice makes me frown immediately. Lu Nu Yen. She pulls down her thick face mask. I can clearly see a few fresh bruises right on her face. I ask her coldly what she wants. She softens up, calling out my name. Kai Ba Dat. Can we talk? I think about it for a second, then open the door. Might as well deal with this now. We need to settle this once and for all. I sit on the sofa and pour myself some water, completely ignoring them. My icy attitude hits hard. Lu Nu Yen frowns instantly. She can definitely sense that something is very wrong here. She opens her mouth, but struggles to speak, just muttering my name before falling totally silent. Finally, Wai Thang Than loses his patience and steps right up to cut to the chase. He speaks up. You developed this tech, so you definitely know how to fix it. Come back and help us adjust the system right now. We will even give you a cut of the future profits. He grinds his teeth on that last part, looking absolutely miserable about it. I take my sweet time. I just take a slow sip of water, look up at them, and ask if this is how they beg. Wai Thang Than turns bright red and snaps at me. You only think you're some big shot because we happen to need you today. I just lean back into the sofa, getting perfectly comfortable. Honestly, I could not care less about his little tantrum right now. Watch this guy try to act tough. I tell him I am nobody special, and that he is the real genius here, so act like it. Why not fix the production line yourself then? Wai Thang Than chokes up instantly. If looks could actually end me, I would be gone 100 times over. But honestly, it feels amazing watching them absolutely seethe with anger while being completely powerless to do anything about it. I pretend to cower in fear. Oh, wow. I am so terrified. Your cold glare is really making me shake in my boots right now. Even if I knew how to maintain the tech, I conveniently forgot it all. Go ahead. Strike me down. I just laugh on the inside. Wai Thang Than has never been humiliated like this before. He swings his arm back, fully ready to hurl a wine bottle right at me. I am already prepared to call the police. My whole place is wired with cameras. Throw that, and you are going to jail forever. But surprisingly, Lu Nu Yen jumps up and blocks me. She screams at Wai Thang Than to stop making things so much worse. She always used to protect him, but now she is actually scolding him for my sake. I can hardly believe what I am seeing right now. Wai Thang Than is completely stunned too. He glares at Lu Nu Yen, his face twisting with pure rage. You are scolding me over him? Lu Nu Yen blinks, then fires back coldly. If you had not recklessly pushed that untested tech straight to the production line like a total fool, we would never be in this massive mess. If you cannot fix the assembly line yourself, then just shut your mouth and sit down. Wai Thang Than freezes up entirely. His face goes pale, completely drenched in a cold sweat, breathing heavily. He grits his teeth and stammers out. If you look down on me that much, I am leaving. Usually, Lu Nu Yen would chase right after him in a panic. Not today. She just stands there beside me, watching him coldly, without lifting a single finger to stop him. Wai Thang Than storms out, completely red-eyed. I know she really wants to run after him, but she holds it all in. Finally, she slumps back down into her chair, looking exhausted. She weakly says she helped me vent my anger, so I should be calm now. I just laugh bitterly on the inside at her sheer nerve. Does she actually think scolding him once makes everything perfectly fine? I am definitely going to make both of them pay a much higher price. Seeing me stay quiet, Lu Nu Yen swallows her pride. Kai Ba Dat, if you just help us get through this massive crisis today, I will give you 50% of the profits. Your shares will be returned, and I will put the tech completely back in your name. You will get yearly royalties. Now that is a pretty insane offer, right? She is practically emptying her own pockets to save her sinking company, throwing out a deal most people could never refuse. But honestly, hearing all these sweet promises just leaves a really sour taste in my mouth. Lu Nu Yen, are you confused? That tech was always mine from the very start. Reclaiming my own work is not some huge favor from you. I developed it alone, so I get 100%. Why would I crawl back just to be your obedient little dog for half the cut? Lu Nu Yen freezes up instantly, her face full of sheer disappointment. She stares at me and asks if I really want to throw away our 7 whole years of history together. Are you seriously going to just stand by and watch this entire company go totally bankrupt today? Seeing that pathetic look on her face, I just laugh out loud. I pull a thick notebook from my drawer. Lu Nu Yen, you forgot. We are already divorced. And by the way, you are the one who shattered this relationship into pieces, not me. Just then, a sharp knock echoes through the room. I give Lu Nu Yen a polite smile, standing up to answer it. Outside is a young man in a crisp suit, holding a massive stack of documents. Hello, Mr. Kai am Ko, the lawyer appointed by President Tiu. I'm here today to discuss the details of your lawsuit. I nod in total satisfaction. Expected nothing less from someone sent by Tiu Van Tuyet, always so incredibly professional. On the sofa, Lu Nu Yen cannot sit still. Her face looks completely panicked. Kai but dat, are you actually suing us? Who's that? I smile. Pulling out a notice, I toss it right at Liu Nhyn. Since you're here, I'll just tell you directly. I'm officially suing you right now. Both her and Thang Then for stealing my tech rights. All those documents, already fully submitted, straight to the court. The trial kicks off next month, so expect that summons soon. Liu Nhyn looks totally thunderstruck, eyes wide open. She stares at me, absolutely refusing to believe it, stammering out, "You're suing me?" I just give a simple nod. Got a problem with that? I've already gathered all the hard evidence. The only reason I held back, I wanted a front row seat to watch you and Thang Then fall from the absolute peak. The higher you climb, the harder you crash. I don't even try hiding the heavy sarcasm in my voice. Liu Nhyn goes completely pale, like she's seen a ghost. She just keeps shaking her head, insisting there's no way. She completely wiped every single file. She says there's zero chance of a mistake. I laugh coldly. You can only blame yourself. 7 whole years, and you never truly understood me. You didn't even know I keep a journal. You only wiped the computer data. But all those handwritten words, all those careful notes, they're permanently burned into my memory. You can actually see the exact moment her stomach drops. Liu Nhyn spots the thick journal, and pure panic hits. Deep down, she's absolutely terrified. Inside that journal, every single detail of the technical development, right from day one, recorded with flawless precision. Every testing phase, every technical calculation, it easily proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is entirely my own original work. No one else could have interfered. KBT please, just listen to me explain. Liu Nhyn frantically rushes forward, trying to grab me, but I just coldly shove her away, my face full of sheer disgust. If you're using a flimsy apology to dodge your mess, then don't even waste your breath. We're completely finished. Just save whatever dignity we have left. Liu Nhyn walks away, totally dazed, watching her fade away like a ghost. My heart, it doesn't waver even a tiny bit. Right now, I just want Liu Nhyn and Thang Then to pay the ultimate price for what they did. I'm entirely done listening to their pathetic excuses. That very night, a massive piece of news quickly tops the trending searches. The reputations of Liu Nhyn and Thang Then completely crushed. Because the production line couldn't be restored in time, it triggered a wild chain reaction. Dozens of furious investors demand accountability all at once, pushing them right to the edge. They're facing hundreds of billions in debt. Honestly, that insane number goes way beyond anything I imagine. My senior instantly gives me a call. He asks if I saw the news, saying this is too satisfying. With that insane debt, she and Thang Then could sell everything and still fail. I just stay silent, saying nothing. Her endless greed and overwhelming ambition pushed Liu Nhyn straight into the abyss. From the very start, she dragged herself into this miserable pit. The very next day, I host a massive press conference. Right in front of the cameras, I confidently announce my next move. First, I want to express my deepest sympathies to all the investors who were brutally scammed by Liu Nhyn and Thang Then. Now watch how I completely flip the board here. To show our company's goodwill, any partners working with Liu Nhyn can come straight to our company, Vien Vong, to sign a fresh contract. I'll provide the latest tech updates entirely for free, taking only a 30% cut. This bold move instantly triggers a huge ripple effect. Taking just 30%, we can easily revive a production line that was basically left entirely abandoned. For these struggling factories, this is quite literally a once-in-a-lifetime golden opportunity. Right away, all those investors who got scammed by Liu Nhyn come rushing in to directly collaborate with me. For a whole afternoon, my senior runs wildly across every single street in the city. He's busy negotiating all the partnership terms. That night, my senior is completely exhausted, but he still remembers to call me, saying, "KBT, you really are an absolute genius. This move was totally brilliant. Absolute perfection. Who said you don't know business? You're too good." I stay quiet for a moment. The corner of my mouth twitches up, and I reply, "Honestly, Liu Nhin is the one who taught me something. Money is the most important thing. She's my direct competitor. When she takes a hard fall, of course, I have to figure out how to grab everything she just lost." My senior stays quiet for a long time. Then he softly says, "KBT, you've really grown up." So true. Who wouldn't have to grow up eventually? I stand up, walking over to the office window, stare down at the bustling streets. The view here is pretty spectacular, but who can keep this glory shining forever? Fast forward 1 month later, the official trial for the technical copyright dispute between me and Liu Nhin finally begins. At the hearing, she looks incredibly thin. Her eyes are sunken deep. Her whole body seems totally lifeless. Throughout the whole session, facing intense questions from the lawyers and the judge, she just stays completely silent. Meanwhile, Thang Nh is exactly the same, loudly making excuses for himself, but faced with hard evidence, every single word out of his mouth becomes weak and utterly meaningless. In the end, I successfully win back my tech rights. Liu Nhin is ordered to pay me damages of 10 million. Thang Nh has to cough up 5 million. He instantly objects, loudly declaring that he is definitely going to keep filing appeals. But 5 million to a guy drowning in hundreds of billions of debt, it's basically a drop in the ocean. As I step out of the courthouse, the golden sunlight hits my face, washing away all the dirt. That warm light almost feels like it's chasing away all the darkness. Right then, a beautiful figure walks over, flashing a bright, radiant smile. "Congratulations. You've officially become a pretty big deal in the industry now." Tiuvn Toot smiles and gives me a playful wink. Such a stunning sight. Actually leaves me a bit dazed. I told her she should smile more. She looks absolutely gorgeous when she does. But the second those words left my mouth, it felt slightly awkward. Tiuvn Twyat immediately blushed. She pouted and playfully asked if I actually knew how to flirt with girls. Completely flustered, I quickly started to scratch my head. I admitted I had zero experience with this stuff. So, was she just teasing me? Tiuvn Twyat suddenly burst out laughing, and I honestly couldn't help but laugh along with her. But right then, Lu Nu Yen stepped out of the courthouse. She spotted Tiuvn Twyat and me looking incredibly happy, just chatting away. Her eyes filled with this intense, complicated emotion. Her lips parted like she wanted to speak, but before she could, a flashing police cruiser stopped right in front of her. An officer told Miss Lu they received multiple serious reports. The Manhwa Knot Group was officially suspected of massive financial fraud. They told her to head down to the station for an immediate investigation. Seeing this all go down, Thang Then actually tried to make a sudden run for it, but 2 officers instantly grabbed him, slamming him hard into the pavement, totally silencing him. Meanwhile, Tiuvn Twyat and I just stood side by side. Bathed in the warm, glowing light of the evening sunset, we slowly walked away.